Hey YouTube, I'm back again with another live video. And from what I remember, I believe yesterday was Emmett Till's birthday. Um, and I'm pretty sure till this day we must remember Emmett Till. We must continue to speak on him. Um, so I'm currently looking at a picture that was posted on Facebook July 25th. It is currently July 27th, but it's a page on Facebook called Shifting Your Paradigm, Paradigm, Paradigm. I hope I'm saying that right. For optimum health and longevity. Anywho, so it says, lest we forget, born Born on this day in Chicago, Illinois, Emmett Till, 1941 to 1955. On August 28, 1955, two white men named Roy Bryant and J.W. Malum abducted a 14-year-old black boy named Emmett Till from his great uncle's home in Money, Mississippi. The men drove Emmett to a storage shed on Malum's property in Drew, Mississippi, where they took turns torturing and beating him with a pistol. I'm pretty sure it's more than that. Before forcing him to load a 74-pound fan into the back of their pickup truck. The men then drove Emmett to the edge of a Tallahatchie River, ordering him to remove his clothes and shot him in the head. Once the child was dead, Bryant and Malum chained the fan to his corpse and rolled it into the river. I could have sworn they threw him over. Just over 1 week before, on August 20th, Emmett had traveled by train to Chicago to Mississippi to spend 2 weeks visiting family. A few days into his visit, he and a group of friends and cousins went to a nearby store to buy candy. Emmett was later accused of acting familiar with the young white female storekeeper, Carolyn Bryan Dunham, who accused Emmett Till before he was lynched, dies at age 88 on April 27, 2023. So, we all know the story of Emmett Till. I'm pretty sure we heard about it. We read it. Most of us may have read it in history books or did our own research, seen documentaries. There was a series made about it. There was a movie made about it. There's plenty of books you could read, and it's a very sad and heartbreaking story. I believe I probably was like, I had to be probably somewhere in my teenage years when I heard the story. And the crazy thing about it is, He would have been 84 years old today if he was still here. Then I'm looking at Emmett Till Legacy Foundation, and they say today is our beloved Emmett Lewis Till's 84th birthday. He was a young man that shared his joy of life with everyone around him. He loved amusement parks, the zoo, and loved to fish with his grandmother. He even had a love for music and dancing. Tragically, his life was cut short at the tender age of 14, but his legacy lives on. We will honor our promise to Mammy Till Mobley and keep his memory alive. His death will not be in vain. Say his name and say the names of all of those whose lives have been stolen. And so join us today on what would have been Emmett Till's 84th birthday had he not been lynched at age 14, August 28, 1955. Please wear black and white. Pause for a moment of silence at 12 noon. Say his name and the names of those who have been stolen by violence, racism, and hatred. Um, it says a lot of other things. He was born July 25th, 1941. Um, I guess I could show a few pictures briefly. I'm guessing this is his great uncle holding up a pair of pants. That must have been Emmett Till. It's just some more pictures of him. This is a statue they did of Emmett Till. This is pictures of Emmett Till. That's Emmett Till riding a bike. All right, so but like I was saying, I believe I was pretty young around the time I first found out the full story, well, most of the full story of Emmett Till. I might have been my teenage years. I remember hearing his name and hearing bits and pieces, listening, probably reading books and listening to records with my great grandfather back in Southwest Philadelphia. And then doing as much research as I could. I remember I was at my Uncle Benny house and I used to spend night at his house a lot because he had a computer in the basement and majority of the time my older cousins they'd be doing their own thing, probably with friends or whoever. So I would call my Uncle Benny and ask him can I spend night at his house and he already knew what I wanted to do. I'd be down in the basement by myself on the computer depending on how long I was there. Most of the time, all day, all night. Like I said, depending on how I mean when I got there and how long I was there. And one time, I mean, me, my mom, my brothers, and whoever we was all there. And I remember saying, I mean, just wanted to do a little project, and I heard his name before and or whatever, but I remember searching him up, and I finally seen that aftermath photo, the photo of what he looked like after his death. And it was the first time, and I just remember on the way back home, driving through the neighborhood from where we live, I mean, from where my Uncle Benny lived at, all the way to wherever we lived at the time. I just remember looking out the window and just thinking to myself, like, what would life have been like if I was born around that time? I was just thinking about a lot of crazy, like a lot of thoughts. I didn't like my mind was just all over the place because it's just like, damn, 14 years old. Like I heard plenty of stories about slavery and stuff like that, but to really take the time to do research and hear the story about Emmett Till and what started the civil rights movement, um, it was just crazy. 14 years old, only child from Chicago, and your mom ain't there once you going to the church. Like you are her only child, so she already knew how Mississippi was, and she felt like nobody could protect you better than her. And he begged and pleaded, he begged and pleaded, he begged and pleaded until she finally gave in. only for that to be the last time she ever seen her son alive. It's crazy. Like I said, we all know the story. I definitely want to say happy 84th birthday to Emmett Till. May he rest in peace. May Mammy Till Mobley rest in peace, and anyone else in the Till family that passed away, may they rest in peace. My condolences definitely goes out to the living family members and anybody who personally knew Emmett Till or got the chance to meet him when he was alive. Um, it's just crazy. And the crazy thing about it is, I actually have some books over here, about three books over here. Speaking on story, I have Simeon Wright's book, and then I had some other books, and I plan on reading them eventually. I just got finished watching the. I just got finished reading the Trayvon Martin book, which took me a while because I kept taking breaks due to long chapters. But yeah, the Emmett Till story is very upsetting. And I still watch videos about it. I still do my research. I plan on whenever I get some more money, I do plan on finding some other books about it to get other people point of view. Cause I got Simeon Wright book. I just don't have anybody else that actually witnessed what happened. I know one thing. I'm damn sure not getting Carolyn Wright's book. Excuse me, but yeah, his name was Emmett Lewis Hill. He was born July 25th, 1941 in Chicago, Illinois. And they say that he died at the age of 14 in Drew, Mississippi. Lynching, bullet wound, and mutilation. His resting place is Burr Oak Cemetery in Alsip, Illinois. It's just crazy. And the crazy thing about it is, yeah, his mother did know what Mississippi was like because she was born there. I'm not going to read the bio because I believe I read it in the previous video. But I'll get back to y'all later. I just wanted to do this quick video saying happy birthday to Emmett Till. I'll get back to y'all in another video.